After a long night patrolling the city, and an even longer morning trying to find my way back home, I finally took refuge in the warmth of my own bed. I slipped off my shoes, removed my glasses, let my hair down, and finally snore. You've got to be kidding me. Do you have to go to school? Granted a reprieve from the monotony of my usual daily life, I dragged my heels even more than usual as I walked to school. Why? Sure, like, you're 18, right? It's school. The next day it's school, and you're wondering for the whole of the night and almost the whole of the morning. Surely you should know better, really. Lethargy is by no means a feeling I rarely exhibit. In fact, not a day goes by where I don't feel that way while walking to school. But on this morning, the source of my dismay was anything but normal. A weird ring on my finger, which randomly starts glowing. My father getting angry at me for leaving class early. A night with zero sleep after wandering around town all night. And to top it off, I have this strange feeling that I'm being watched. I love she's creepily in the corner there. I look down at the ring on my finger, curious to see if the pattern thus far held true. Surely enough, as it had done all morning, every time I felt like I was being watched, the ring started to glow. Finding out that I have fat fingers was one thing, but this random glowing could be really problematic. Sensei is definitely going to notice, and worse, it's on my ring finger. If he calls Papa, then... Despite my melancholy, I quickly turned around as I felt the odd sensation once more. This is getting really weird. Is sleep deprivation causing my mind to play tricks on me? I didn't want to consider it, but maybe I should skip class and take a nap. Papa won't like it, assuming he finds out, but I'll only get in more trouble if I fall asleep in class. Besides, this level of paranoia can't be healthy. As Azure completed the final leg of her morning journey, her stalker emerged from the shadows. So close, and yet I still can't get my hands on it. But I'll have plenty of opportunities from here on out. Once the human girl goes to that child containment center they call school, she won't be able to escape. And once I get my hands on that ring, this universe will never be the same again. After wandering around the school a while, I eventually located an empty classroom. It appeared to be a classroom reserved for club activities of some sort, or perhaps simply due for cleaning, as the desks had all been removed. Whatever the case, I would soon put the empty space to good use. Now this is more like it. Resting on the floor, lapping up the sensories, I kind of feel like a cat. Hee, from a bride to a cat. A bride wearing cat ears instead of wedding veil, drinking milk instead of champagne. That sounds much better to me. Yes, meow, I do. Meow. Now to take me back home. Meow. I need to cough up a furball. Hilarious. Once I actually heard myself say that aloud, a furious blush came over my face. That was definitely the sleep deprivation talking. Without further delay, bright red from ear to ear, I removed my glasses and put my head on the ground. As I lay in the warm sun, not at all deterred by the hard surface beneath me, I slept both long and well, and saving. My fatigue from last night vanished without a trace, replaced by the energy and enthusiasm I so desperately needed. Man, I needed that. There's nothing a good night's rest can't cure, or a good day's rest, in this case. I should do this more often. Filled with such carefree thoughts, I slowly adjusted to the light surrounding me. But no sooner had I done so than reality hit me. Oh no, how long was I asleep? It's already starting to get dark outside. I must have slept the whole day away. This is bad. I can't believe it's already dark outside. Just how late is it? I need to... Give me a second, guys. I need to drink some water. All of this talking really gets my voice. Oh, that feels good. Alright. Oh, it's not that late. Stop. It just looks that way, because my spaceship is blocking out most of the sun's rays. Ah, I see. That explains it. Your spaceship? What the heck are you talking about? I'm talking about my spaceship, you dumbass. That's what you humans call them, right? I'm not getting the terminology wrong? No, I suppose you... Wait a second. I put on my glasses which I had taken off before sleeping, and looked at the person in front of me with far more clarity. This woman, she seems familiar. Have we met before? You don't look like a student. You're not gonna question what she's wearing? And I don't think I've ever had you as a teacher. The stranger looked at me skeptically, as though doubting my inability to remember her. Earthling, we met only last night. Is the memory of a human girl truly so awful? I had heard that the fish of gold would forget every few seconds, but I believe that primates should enjoy a more fortuitous memory capacity. If I've been misinformed, then I must correct our records post haste. Huh? What the heck is this woman talking about? Did she escape from a mental asylum, thinking she was still in high school? Anyway, forget about that. I'm here to make you an offer. An offer? From a crazy person? I don't think so. But if I reject her outright, she might get violent, so I can at least play along. Yeah, she's... just look how she's dressed. Really. That's right, Earthling. The language is very important to me, and I must have it back at any cost. Unfortunately, you seem to have already the language with it, so I've been put in a difficult situation. The what? Oh, I'm sorry. My humanese isn't perfect yet. Ha ha. Humanese? I suppose a rough translation of that artifact around your finger would be the ring of binding. Now that you've already bonded with it, my role here has become rather complicated. Even after the woman in front of me finished explaining, I still did not understand. Sorry, but I don't get it. Ring of binding? It's bonded with me? What does that mean? And who the heck calls this language humanese? Just who are you exactly? Oh, now that you mention it, it seems I forgot to introduce myself. My name is Sienna, and I am the Queen of Mars. Dots. The Queen of Mars? Yes. Have you heard of me? No, I wouldn't say that. I mean, I'm familiar with Mars, but... You are? You, a mere Earthling, are aware of the situation on Mars? I truly misjudged you. It seems you are more capable than I thought. You pesky foreigner. Hey, what did you call me? A pesky foreigner. That is the term for someone off a different birth planet, correct? That is what Earthlings have been calling me ever since I arrived here. I like that, that's a good joke. I'm no longer sure if this woman is crazy, or just stupid. Anyway, enough of that. What were you saying about an offer? I'm waiting for the burp, There we go, everything's good, guys. Oh, that's right, how forgetful of me. The reason I came to you this day was to ask for your finger. Excuse me? You want my finger? Precisely. Wait, where are you going? Anywhere but here. Ha 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 ha. After running the entire way home, I arrived in record time, despite leaving later than usual. I ran quickly, taking every shortcut I knew, and intermittently checked behind me for my insane pursuer. I knew no good could come from this stupid ring. Why'd I have to try on that crazy lady's jewelry? I don't even like that stuff. I tried to calm down as I entered my house. Despite the insanity awaiting me when I woke up, I still felt fairly refreshed after sleeping for so long, so it wasn't difficult to restore my mood. Saving. Forget about that crazy lady. She's gone now, and I'm sure the police will capture her sooner or later. Besides, at this point in time, I have bigger things to worry about. I peered into the living room. immediately setting my sights on my father. Albeit rare for him to return home before me, it did happen from time to time. He's just standing there, not moving an inch. He must be waiting for me. I sighed heavily, already disheartened by the conversation which no doubt awaited me. Oh well, let's get this over with. Good afternoon, Papa. Boy, you sure got home early today. Did you get off early today because you've been working so hard lately? Or maybe you just couldn't wait to see your darling daughter? Uh-oh, he's really mad. When my father is truly furious, he doesn't yell or scream. He becomes dead quiet, and wanders around like a ghost, ready to snap at any minute. Well, I guess I'll get started on dinner then. I started to walk towards the kitchen, desperate to escape my father's fury. Ah, don't bother with my portion. I already ate. Ah, that's okay. Just dinner for two then. No problem at all. Eh? Emerging from behind my father was Sienna, the crazy lady I had tried so hard to escape from. How did you? When did you? I'm sorry. I don't understand what you're saying. Is that an idiom? I took a deep breath and tried again. How did you get here before me? And why are you here? Oh, I see. You're wondering how I arrived before you, even though you left first. I'm sorry to say this, but your athletic ability is no match for my my transporter, if you will. It converts most forms of matter into light. Then, forget about that. Why are you here? Oh, yes. Your second question. My apologies. I didn't mean to alarm you, but as you suddenly ran away during our earlier conversation, I thought it might be more convenient for you if we continue talking here. I stared at Sienna blankly, unable to see any hint of malice or deceit. If she knows both where I live and what school I attend, then escaping from Sienna by normal means may be impossible. But if I had the help of an ace detective on my side, I turned to face my father, who was still unmoving. As I walked in front of him, however, I noticed that something was amiss. My father continued to open his mouth widely, breathe in deeply, then close his mouth, and exhale through his nose. His eyes remained wide open, unblinking, as though he was shocked by something directly in front of him. What's wrong? Oh, right. The birth giver's counterpart responsible for your creation. Do not worry. I will return him to normal once we are finished here. Return him to normal? What have you done to my father? Do not fret, child. He is unarmed. I simply swapped his consciousness with that of a fish of gold. I looked towards the fish tank in our living room. You swapped his brain with the brain of a goldfish? Eh? Swap their brains? No, don't be silly. I simply swapped his consciousness with that of the fish. Is there a difference? Of course there is. All I've done is temporarily move your father's thoughts into the brain of the goldfish, and vice versa. This way we can talk freely, and your father will forget everything he hears. But that's amazing. Ah, you flatter me, Earthling. But our technology is no more advanced than yours. I don't know if we'll ever manage to transfer entire living creatures into waves capable of being replicated. Sienna looked towards the television as she spoke. She thinks that the people she's seen on TV are moving around as formless signals? Her technology may be amazing, but this woman is clueless about Earth. Anyway, about your finger. Uh-oh. I thought that if I couldn't run away, I could at least rely on my father to protect me. But in this current state, Papa's just... There has to be some way out of this. Maybe she doesn't want my finger after all. Maybe Sienna got the word wrong. Have to make sure. Miss Sienna? Just call me Sienna. Okay then. Sienna, why do you want my finger exactly? What possible use could you have for a human finger? That's a silly question. You humans came up with a ritual requiring the finger, after all. Like hell we did. I don't care what barbaric civilizations this woman has visited before. Around here, we don't chop off fingers. Am I mistaken? For humans, the bonding ritual requires a ring, a finger, and two humanoid entities. Correct? So the protocol is to ask for the other entity's finger. Yes? The human bonding ritual. Wait a minute. She couldn't mean... Are you talking about marriage? Yes, that is it. Or as Earthlings call it, marriage. So that's it. Oh, I was really worried there for a minute. I thought Sienna wanted to cut off my finger, like in some bizarre cult ritual. But she really wanted to ask for my hand, not my finger. Ha 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 ha. Saving. Ha 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 ha. Eh? You want to marry me? Yes. Marriage. We must become one. But why? Why would you want to marry me? We've only just met. Isn't this too sudden? Besides, we're of two different species. Why would you suddenly propose to me? I proposed? You're mistaken, Earthling. You're the one who proposed to me. I did? No. I think I will remember doing that. What are you saying? The proof of your proposal is right here. Senna pointed to the ring of my finger. That ring rightfully belongs to the King of Mars. As the ruling queen, the one who wears that ring is destined to become my husband. To put on that ring and bound itself to you, that is proof that you are fit to be my other. Her other? The ruling queen? And her husband? The king? Wait a minute. How could we even get married? I'm a girl. I can't possibly become a king. Now. Although the closest translation I could think of for is king. My partner needn't be male, or even Martian, for that matter. The ring has chosen you, and that's what matters. Unbelievable. A grown woman is proposing to me, because the ring told her to. What's more, she doesn't seem to care that we're both girls. No, wait. That isn't the problem here. There's no way I could go along with something this ridiculous. 2 days ago, we'd never even met. Now she wants me to be the King of Mars? But what about air and food? I mean, if I went with you, I wouldn't survive a day on Mars, would I? Don't underestimate yourself. The King of Mars, as chosen by the ring, is far more capable than you think. As one wearing the ring, such trifling matters won't affect you in the least. I put on a ring, and just like that, I'm already the King of Mars? This is too much. Are you really that opposed to marrying me? I can't force you to bond against your will. No, it's not that. It's just... Why do you even want to bond with me? Can't you just forget about all of this? I wish it were that simple. Many centuries ago, we, Martians, were at war with the Mercurians, residents of Mercury. We fought for countless years, decimating all visible life on both of our planets, and forcing one another into our spaceships. But as the war dragged on, both sides harbored an increasing desire for peace. Desperate to return to and rebuild our once beautiful planets, I misspelled. It was then that we reached a truce, a ceasefire agreement, bound by a sacred ritual. The Count of Mercury married the Queen of Mars, and the two were bound together by a powerful relic, a ring, forged from rare materials and imbued with untold power. For many years, neither race bore any ill will towards the other. The original reason for the war was long forgotten, and we all lived in peace together. It was a wonderful, decadent period of time, when we all wished would last forever. But even then, there remained some who craved war. A few militants reared their heads now and then, seeking to disrupt the peace we had all worked so hard to attain. And one day, following the assassination of the King of Mercury, they succeeded. They stole his ring and launched it into the cosmos, desperate to prevent another bonding from ever occurring. Worse, as per their plan, mistrust over this assassination broke out, and our races faced off against one another once more. Interesting story. So you see, that is why I need that ring. Saving. If I do not bond with the wearer of that ring, it's only a matter of time before our planets become barren wastelands once more. I listened closely to Sienna's story, absorbing as much information as I could retain. I found it hard to believe that a ring on my finger, so ordinary in appearance, size and weight, could be so important. Even so, as Sienna finished talking, one question bothered me more than any other. But why me? The ritual was just a gesture, right? Isn't the important part that the one you marry is from Mercury? No, that is incorrect. I apologize for using misleading terminology, but marriage is the closest thing you humans have to or bonding ritual. You see, unlike marriage, causes both parties to undergo a change. Two entities form an unbreakable bond, one which binds their very lives together, such that the death of one would mean the death of the other. In return for the life bond, one party increases their strength proportionally to the binding relic. If I, the Queen, were to attain the power of this ring, I could unite Mars and Mercury forevermore. Sienna spoke of enough power to rule two planets, but even then, she didn't appear to be happy in the slightest. The happy, naive, forceful woman I had met only yesterday was gone, replaced by a reluctant ruler. Poor Sienna. I never would have imagined she had it so tough. Either she gets married to whoever the ring chooses for her, or her home planet descends into war. If I were in her shoes, I don't know what I'd do. So, it doesn't matter if your partner isn't from Mercury. Not at all. As the offspring of the late Queen and King, I am half Martian, half Mercurian. My very existence is enough to unite both worlds. All I need now is power, the power of the ring. This ring. The ring is I selfishly unknowingly bound to my own body. If it weren't for my curiosity, Sienna would have nothing to worry about. She'd have the ring, free to choose her own path, and I'd be none the wiser. But now, I understand that this is a big decision. It's not an act to be taken lightly. Did I save? I did save. I'm gonna save another one, because why not? Nonetheless, I must ask that you expedite your decision. I will give you 1 Earth Day to consider my proposal.